you are a super busty nerd.
Oh, yes.
Essentially, and you take a lot of pride in your nerddom. I should say your nerd identity.
Yeah.
So it's it's something that I don't know if nowadays, because nerd culture seems like for a while it was male dominated and women weren't as. I don't know if they weren't welcome because I didn't go to conventions. I didn't see that kind of environment.
Yeah.
But I don't know if cosplay kind of opened the door for more, women to be involved and to be there in those spaces like conventions and stuff like that. I don't know.
I think a little bit. I think like some people are really accepting, but there's also some people that just don't like girls for whatever reason. Maybe they were hurt by a girl or something. You know, people have like
or they feel
trauma.
like they can't get a girl like that.
Yeah, it's like a frustration.
Yeah.
But I think definitely it's more accepted now, like for girls, like they can be more open about being nerdy. Because when I was younger, I remember like I was I've always been nerdy, but like I kind of got like bullied for it. So then I just I put all that stuff deep in the closet. I'm like, I have to pretend to be like normal, but then I'd go home and watch anime and be like, hopefully no one knows.
Notice,
yeah, because it was just, it wasn't cool back then. Like honestly, for girls or guys to be nerdy. No. But now I think it's kind of become more mainstream, which is like, it's kind of a blessing and a curse. It's like, it's a blessing that you don't get bullied for liking things like that. But it's kind of a curse because now it's like, it's so mainstream and it's so like.
It's so oversaturated.
It's oversaturated, yeah.
With people that, I hate to say it, but they might not be as, they may not know this stuff as well.
Yeah.
So you feel like they have more of a superficial knowledge of something and you're like, are you really a fan of this then? Or are you just into it because so many other people are into it?
Because it's a trend. Yeah. I think that's kind of how I feel because I'm like, I don't know. That's how I feel about like a lot of things. And I think it's totally fine if people want to get into something and they're like really passionate about it. But sometimes you can tell when, certain people will dress up as an anime character because it's trendy and they can maybe make money off of it on TikTok, right? Like you can kind of tell, I think, like, especially about like the longevity and like just certain things like that. I think that's how I kind of see it. But yeah.
So what was your very first nerd like thing that you just went crazy for? That you geeked out over?
Ooh, like ever in my life?
Yeah, mine was Star Trek.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, I think that's a good thing to nerd out over. I'm trying to think because I got really, really into video games. I got like really into Super Smash Bros. When I was young. I'm a big gamer. I'm trying to think. I feel like there's a lot of different things I got like super into, but definitely like Nintendo games. I'm a big fan of like turn-based RPGs.
Okay.
I love like the Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. I love Fire Emblem games. I've played like all the Fire Emblem games. I think I'm like really nerdy about turn-based RPGs, which I don't really know a lot of other people that like that. I need to meet more people that like that.
Well, the funny thing about video games, I'm not a gamer personally, but I know that there's a lot of sub-genres of gaming. So it's like you can be a general gamer, but then there's so many different, you can be for RPGs, for MMOs, for fighting games, for sports games, for...
there's so many different little
different types, different genres that people. I mean, I think I had a guest on here who she Twitch streams and she would play like Farmville.
Oh
and stuff like that, just like sim games. Stuff like that.
Which those are cool. Yeah, like I totally get it. I've played so many different kinds, but I think my all-time favorite will always be like turn-based RPGs. But I love like I played quite a few different like MMOs and like just adventure games or like I do like some of those like sim games because I got really into like Animal Crossing and Harvest Moon. That's kind of an older one. I love Harvest Moon. I like those. Also when I was like younger, I got like super into like I don't know if you would even know what this is, but like Neopets. Like I was
I don't know what those are.
Neopets I got, but that's not really it's but I like nerd out over like all those kinds of video games. But then I'm trying to think because like there's just so many things I'm like really geeky over. But
and that's the thing. I mean, and we could spend the whole show and more and longer. Unfortunately, I mean, because again, like as I said, movies are my thing, and movies are I still collect DVDs. I still have a physical film library.
That's good. That's actually good.
Yeah, because I don't have any streaming services because I think that their libraries aren't as good as mine.
Yeah. Well, it's probably true.
But but also having your own copy and knowing that you can watch it whenever you want.
Yeah.
but then also, but also, I don't know if this happens to you, but being a nerd of something though can also make you when you care more about something, it makes you more like when things aren't good with, like I talked to this with Stephanie, when they start to mess with something you love, and you're like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't start messing with it.
I do agree with that. Yeah.
So you have games, and then you said horror movies movies, but horror movies in particular.
I am a very big horror nerd. Like I've been a horror fan because like I grew up kind of very like under strict household. My family's very religious, whatever. Mm-hmm. And we're on good terms now. But I wasn't allowed to watch a lot of things when I was younger. I wasn't even allowed to watch Pokemon. I had to sneak Pokemon.
Wow.
But I started sneaking horror movies when I was either 11 or 12, and I was just obsessed. I was like, what is this feeling? Because I think for me, a little bit of like, I think the fear, like the fear and like the horniness thing cross in my head. Like there's just something where I'm like, oh my God, I love this. I love haunted houses. I love all that kind of stuff. And
horror movies and sex usually tend to cross a lot, especially in like slasher movies.
Yeah. Like actually it's so funny because like I was just having a conversation. I've realized I really like the thing that makes me love movies. Like I feel like if any movie will have like murder and sex in it, it's a great movie. Like I love
that's all you need.
It's like, if it has murder, sex, and like a hot girl, I'm like, that's all I need. Like, and there's just, but you know what? Recently, there's a new movie that came out, and I was like so excited for it. I thought it was gonna be the best movie ever. I was so disappointed by it. I think it's still in theaters, so I don't really want to like spoil the ending. But have you seen Honey Don't yet?
No, I did. I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
Okay.
I know what it is though.
It looks like it has everything I like in it. It looks like it's like everything I need. Mm-hmm. And then I'll be honest, the ending, I was like, that's it. I was like, what? I could have watched 30 more minutes, and they could have. I feel like it was like it had built up pretty well, and then the ending, I was like, what? And so that was disappointing. But it did have murder and sex, and the sex and the murder was good. but it needed a good ending. I feel like a movie also needs like some kind of ending that doesn't suck.
So I recently, I'll just say that I recently rewatched. It's one of my favorite thrillers is David Fincher's Seven with Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman.
I love Seven.
And that, I mean, it doesn't have a lot of sex in it, but
it alludes to some very painful sex.
The lust part is there.
The lust part is there.
But when you said the ending though, because that's a movie where the ending that's like a perfect 10 stuck landing for a movie. That even when you know what's going to happen, it still is like amazing to watch.
I agree. That's a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
I actually was literally talking about rewatching that recently. I was like, I need to watch that again. So it's cool we're talking about it.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, it's, and you think to yourself, why can't Hollywood make movies like this again? Why can't they go back to, or, because like Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
Is another.
I think they try to do things. And like, for example, like, did you see Longlegs?
I didn't.
Okay, I think they were trying to do a Silence of the Lamb thing. I liked Longlegs, but everybody I saw it with did not like it. Mm-hmm. And I think it's also because they tried to push, like, not without spoilers, I feel like they tried to like make it a little bit edgy. Like they would have like flashes of like snakes, like, ooh, Satan or whatever. I was just like, y'all don't need to be doing all that. Like it can be scary without like you trying so hard. And I think that's what kind of made Silence of the Lambs. Like I was like, they didn't try very hard. I was like, it was a great movie, you know?